Hi, this is the E50. It's made by Eachine. It's a foldable selfie drone. Folds up pocket size, put it in this pouch, throw it in your pocket, and you can have a quadcopter wherever you go. This is a copy of a quad, very popular quad that's out there. One of the nice things about this, it has a built-in barometer, so you can put it up to a certain height, and it'll just stay at that height, whatever height you set it to, will just stay at that height. So it's real good for beginners because they don't have to worry about altitude. You fly it only with the phone. You can only fly this with the phone. It's only a Wi-Fi flyer. There's no controller. This is the box that it came in. It's a nice little box. Kind of reminds me of the Apple phone box. The Wi-Fi on this is very good. It's about a 200 millisecond lag, which is really fast for Wi-Fi. When you do Wi-Fi, the image is converted to a digital packet, and then the packet is sent to your phone, and your phone has to reassemble that into a display, so that takes a little bit of time. The FPV camera is very narrow. The camera that it has here is a narrow field of view. It has a good FPV. It's fast. It's almost as fast as the analog 5.8 gigahertz. You can fly this with gyros, which is nice. What I mean is that you can take your phone and tilt it, and the quad will react in that direction. If you tilt it left, the quad will tilt left. If you tilt it right, the quad will tilt right. And that's a neat way to fly this little guy. As a matter of fact, that's the only way that I fly this guy, because it's so hard to work the screen when it's a virtual stick that you have. There's really no feedback. The only difference between this and the JJRC H37 is the color. Everything is identical. The quad itself is identical to the this Eachine, the E50. The H37 is black and the Eachine is white. It's the only difference. They're selling for under $40 now. You can do 3D flips with this, but the shape and size of it, I wouldn't recommend it. It does recover. The motor types are brush motors. They're geared. There's a small gear in here for the brush motors. The battery compartment holds a 500 milliamp battery. Pretty big battery. Fits in there nice and snug. It's rated at 20C, like I said, 500 milliamps. The charging time is about 2 hours. Comes with a USB charger. Comes with the battery, of course. The flying time, the specs say 8 to 15 minutes. It's more like 10 minutes. The specs say the remote control distance is about 40 meters, and that's line of sight, and that's really dependent on your phone's Wi-Fi. This looks like a hotspot when you connect it to your phone. The video resolution is 720p, which is okay. I mean, for what it is, it's 720p. And let's go and do some flying now, and we'll see how this guy flies. This is the flight review of the E50. The E50 has a switch that you need to press to turn it on. The lights will come on. Then you need to go to your phone and you need to download an app from the App Store, from either the Google or the Apple app. It's called Wi-Fi UFO. It's right here. But the first thing you need to do after you download that is go into your settings, go into Wi-Fi, then it will see this Eachine some odd number. You need to select that and connect it, and now your phone is connected to the quadcopter. Then go back to your main menu, go to Wi-Fi UFO, the file that you downloaded, click on that, then click on play, and it will show the image of the quadcopter camera. This here is altitude hold. We want to turn that on. This is your gyros, your phone tilt. We'll turn that on. We'll turn on the controls. We'll have them on the screen. We'll go into this settings and we'll turn on this, which is headless mode. This is your this will start your props. This will do an emergency shut off. This will do a landing. Now I have it set up as a virtual device right now. You can see this stick is moving the way that I tilt it. Let me start up the motors. Oh, it looks like I have a bad motor. Yep, have a bad motor. Oh, not going to be any flight reviews of this guy, that's for sure. It's caused me troubles ever since I got it. I fly it with the tilt control. Much easier to fly with the tilt control. You get it up to a level that you find comfortable and you just use the tilt control. This is basically just a novelty to show people. Let's get on to the final mods and final verdict. This is the mods and final review of the E50, the JJRC H37. The first mod that I did is these props come colored. The JJRC does not, but the E50 does. So what I did is I moved the green ones to the back and I put the white ones in the front for orientation. Something else that I did is that I taped the sides and the top and the front. And what that will do, that gives you orientation so you know where the back is when it's up high. What I had to do, and this was a mod that I basically had to do because the battery was a pain in the butt to get in and out. The low C connector here was originally inside of that, and it was really hard to get to. It was hard to press it in, so I had to pull it out, and I color coded it so I know the polarity, I know the way to plug it in correctly. What I also had to do was put a wide angle lens on it, and what I did is that on the front here there's a little piece of metal, and in the bag I have the wide angle lens. So when I'm taking like selfies and all, I put this wide angle lens on it. Take the cover off. And now it's a wider angle that it will shoot. It handles the weight okay, just the camera is such a narrow field of view, it needs a wide angle lens. My final rating. It was a cool concept, folding and all, you know, the pocket drone and the pouch and all that. And it is one of the best Wi-Fi FPV quads, but flying it was a pain. You had to use the phone, and there's no feedback to the phone. There's no feedback to let you know how you're moving the controls, so you're not sure if you're moving the controls correctly. It was really hard to fly it in that way. It was neat to fly it with the tilt control when you tilt it, but it was hard to fly with the virtual sticks control. There's no feedback. I think this is just a novelty. I just think it's a fad that will come and go. My final score is only a 7.2 because of it being a novelty, and I spent more time fixing this thing than flying it. It came with 4 spare gears, and you really do need these gears that come in here. They break very easily. This doesn't have an automatic detection to let you know that that it's crashed. So the motors just keep on spinning, and if the props are hitting something, it's going to tear up the gears and eventually tear up the motors. So my final rating is a 7.2 because of this. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments section.
Please click on the like button, comment, and subscribe.